Get Coach Fouhy.
How you doing, Fouhy?
Give him a layup here. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. What's happening today?
Well, trying to get through these questions that Manuch wrote for you today. So this first one, I'm sure
you sitting down on this first one?
Yeah, 10-2 on that steering wheel. All right. Question 1, the Packers are showing that they're the best team in the National Football League. Fact or Fouhy?
Chiefs might have something about that.
Hold on. Let me think about this for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, take your time.
Okay. Fact.
Are you sure? You need a line for that? Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I think the Packers look darn good. Aaron Rodgers is solid. I mean, they finished the regular season with a 13-3 record again. They are playing solid football. They look good on defense. They look good on offense. I mean, they won 6 straight to finish the season. So, yeah, I'd say they're looking pretty good, like the best team in football.
I think that this is where maybe the most balance we've seen since that Super Bowl team many years ago, or I say many years ago, several years ago.
Absolutely. And, you look at Tampa Bay now, who's going to have to go up to Green Bay and play up there in the cold weather. That's not going to be easy for them because they're from Tampa. And then you look at Patrick Mahomes, who's his injury with the Chiefs. And so you've got to wonder, I don't think it's – I mean, I have to admit, the Buffalo Bills are looking pretty darn good.
Sure.
13-3, they would have had, 9 or 10 straight if they wouldn't have had that Hail Murphy or whatever, Hail Mary, at the end. So, I mean, but I like the Packers a lot. I like their balance.
All right, Coach, speaking of the Chiefs, even without Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs have too many weapons and will still beat the Bills. Fact or Fouhy? Even if he doesn't play.
Oh, if he doesn't play?
Yeah, even without him.
I'm going to say Fouhy on that. I don't think without Patrick Mahomes, that's a different football team. And no offense to Chad Henne, but I just don't think he's the guy that's going to lead that team to success. So I would go with the Bills if there's no Patrick Mahomes.
It did seem to me that there was no hesitation. I agree to a point, but with Henne, scrambling around, not the same. But I got to tell you what, they're all over the place. But I would agree, the Bills coming out strong. Maybe the surprise of the playoffs.
Well, look at their last. We always talk about this, right, guys? Who's playing the best football in December?
Right.
Those last 4, 5, 6 games. And if you look at the final 6 games for the Bills, beat the Chargers by 10, beat the Niners by 10, beat the Steelers by 11, beat the Broncos 48-19, beat the Patriots 38-9, and then a Miami Dolphins team that had to win to get in, they beat them 56-26, and then went and beat the Ravens this week. So I don't think there's anybody in football playing better than the Buffalo Bills right now.
No, and like you said, I mean, if they wouldn't have lost to the Cardinals on a last-second play,
right?
That's 4 more wins in a row. So I mean, this team is solid. I mean, they're really good. The Bills are solid.
All right, Fouhy, you sitting down for this one? This is
okay. Maybe.
Hey, Tom Brady continues to prove that the Patriots clearly lost out with him leaving for Tampa Bay. Fact or Fouhy?
Wow, hold on. Let me think about that one.
The divorce.
And again, Craig, feel free to use any of these on ABC 15 tonight.
Please, please, yes.
Just give me credit, whatever you do.
Source Manuch, not Roc or Crespin.
I would say that's a fact. Listen, when you look at what happened in New England this year, finishing 7-9, their worst record in years. They were minus 27 in point differential. They just weren't a good football team. And so, yeah, I mean, you look at that with everything that changed in New England. Listen, they did have about, 6 or 7 guys sit out?
Yes, opt out.
So they opt out. Yeah, they had a bunch of guys opt out. So, but, yeah, Tom Brady looks like he's the answer, the key to success there in New England, for sure.
Craig Fouhy, ABC 15, jumping on with us here on Roc and Manuch Crespin, as he does each and every week. All right. With it looking like Drew Brees retiring, the Saints should have won more Super Bowls with him at quarterback and Sean Payton as the head coach. Fact or Fouhy?
Wow. I'm going to say Fouhy on that. Here's the deal. We always go back to championship rings in every sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is team sports are team sports. And it's not just a quarterback. It's not just a head coach. And granted, the head coach is tied to the hip with the quarterback. You got a good quarterback, you'll have some success. But there's 21 other guys that have to play on defense and offense, and there's another group of guys that have to play on special teams. So in team sports, it's like we always argue about Dan Marino. Was he a great quarterback? Well, yeah, he was a great quarterback. Did he win a Super Bowl? No. So he's not that good, right? No. It's like there's a whole bunch of things that go into winning a Super Bowl, and a lot of times the ball has to bounce the right way. So it's a team game, and in team sports, I never hold winning a championship against anybody. So I think Drew Brees, I mean, I'll tell you what, that city loves that guy. He's been outstanding. He's been a great warrior. He's fought through a ton of pain through a lot of seasons. I mean, this year coming back with what? Do you have 11 ribs cracked?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
Good point.
I think they had a great season. Listen, he's a solid competitor. I wouldn't take anything away from Drew Brees.
All right, Coach, last question. Phil Kessel of the Coyotes is finally playing up to the Coyotes and fans' expectations. Fact and or Fouhy?
Wait. How many games have they played?
2. Yeah.
2?
Yeah. Got a few goals.
Come on, Fouhy.
Take it while we can, Fouhy. Come on.
on.
Why you want to throw water on that fire like that? Come on, Fouhy. Was he one of those guys that wanted to escort him out of town?
No, that was not Fouhy.
Okay,
Fouhy's always been a supporter.
Okay.
Come on, I've been a supporter of the Coyotes.
Yes, you have.
I was the only guy on the road with them every playoff game in 2012.
You sure were.
So, but no, listen, I'm excited for Phil that he's playing better. I don't think that 2 games is a sample size to do anything. I think the fans are excited about this team this year. I'm hoping they're 1-1, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they lost in a shootout.
Right,
Yeah, on Thursday? Mm-hmm. So, listen, I'm excited for this team. I hope that Phil Kessel is the guy they need. I hope that this comes together. This is a very strange year for sports. You know, we were talking about that here yesterday, Colin and I, just about how difficult it is because there's so many unknowns. Like, who's going to get COVID? Who's going to get contact tracing? Who's going to sit out? You don't know from day to day if you're even going to play. And I liked what the NHL is trying to do here. 2 games back-to-back. Well, they have Vegas 4 times in a row this week.
Yes.
2 in Vegas, 2 here. So I like what they're trying to do and keep it local and keep it close and in proximity. But it's just too early to tell yet, guys. 2 games is not enough sample size.
But Craig, if you prorate it to the regular length of the season, that's like 4 games.
That's right.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. 56 games to 82. That's a good point. So, yeah. So 4 games. Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer is fact.
The net effective, I think we crushed.
Speaking of that, when the basketball season is over for Arizona State and you look back at this season, and if this team continues to slide like they have, losing to teams like Oregon State, which they shouldn't lose to, at least on paper, will that be the excuse? Oh, it's sports, it's the pandemic?
No, this has been, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. I don't know where you guys are at, but this has been the biggest disappointment, I think, in local sports.
Mm-hmm.
This team was ranked in the top 15 to start the season, right?
Yes.
Where were they at? I don't remember where they were, but you might know, Crespin.
Well, they're not. They haven't been anywhere for a while now.
But to start the season.
Oh,
Sure,
they were 15,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're talking about a team that was coming in with Remy Martin coming back, with Josh Christopher, with Marcus Bagley. You've got all these guys that were coming back and guys that were the best recruiting class ASU's had in a long, long time. And the expectations were high, and they've been nothing but a disappointment. And yeah, they've had some COVID games postponed, and some are their fault, some not. But this has been a disappointment. They can't seem to find an identity, and I think that's my disappointment with this team. It's like they got a lot of guys that are talented, but what's your identity, guys?
Well, I think what's hurt them, Craig, too, is they have yet to have their full roster at all this season, so that sets them back.
I know.
But the game that really makes you scratch your head is just this past game against Oregon State on Saturday. Whether you were shorthanded or not, you were without Graham, you're without Tayshaun Cherry, who stepped away for personal reasons. So again, you're without some key contributors. But even without them, from a strictly talent standpoint, against an Oregon State, you can't lose that basketball game.
Correct. You just can't.
Yeah.
You just can't, and that's my thing. And to foul a 3-point shot late in the game, to give up a slam dunk, to do all those things, and it's just not a team that's gelled or looks like they're working together at all. And I get all the restrictions. It would be a very difficult time to coach. There's no question about it.
Fouhy,
right?
thank
Guys
you.
are missing practice. You got it.
You got it, buddy. Thank you as always, man. That's Craig
guys.
Fouhy, ABC 15 Fouhy on Sports